This channel is for immature audiences only. It is not for children, only for childish adults. We might play some video games that kids also like, but we say words like fuck and shit with alarming frequency and make crude, inappropriate, and morbid jokes all the damn time. Level 0 NPCs assumes no responsibility if your idiot spawn watches this and gets traumatized.
I'm all good to go. I ain't digital. I'm both. Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
Perfect.
I'm
punctuation.
You know, weirdly, that was well within the tolerance of my waveform.
Yeah.
I feel like you leaned away from that one. I felt aimed in a different direction.
I was pointed right down the barrel. I don't know what it is.
Right on. Wow. Just good audio canceling or good noise reduction.
Yeah, I guess the Yeti intuited that can't have been on purpose.
Okay. Visual sync, down, up. That feels a little bit delayed. Up, right, left, down, up. And vocal sync in 3, 2, 1.
Sync.
Kind of want to open on the sneeze, but we'd have to show a lot of how the sausage is made there.
It wouldn't be the first time, honestly. We could do it. We have done it. We've done it. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Bequest. That's just the way that we work here.
I had some Cinnamon Toast Crunch today.
Oh, bless.
I also had some Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
You did?
Yeah. I did, yeah.
Oh, my God.
I bought a box of Cinnamon Toast Crunch after the conversation as well.
My partner got some groceries and picked up Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Nice.
It was exactly as I remembered it as a kid. It hasn't changed a bit.
It's so goddamn good.
There was a bit of that a man can't cross the same river twice kind of thing, because I was different. Like I could tell that it was the same, but I had changed. Like my tolerance for sweet things was way different, and I was like, this is dessert that I'm eating for breakfast right now.
I actually ate mine for dessert.
Oh.
I could see that.
But sometimes
something about consuming milk for like anything but breakfast feels a little off to me, but I could still see it. And I have done it before. Lactose free.
I mean, if you're going to consume milk at any time, dessert is acceptable.
I guess.
Dairy and dessert go together like dairy and dessert. You know what I mean?
Matt has some strong opinions about milk.
Yeah, I do. There's no room for milk.
It's for cereal, tea, and babies, right? That's your stance?
It's the only time you should drink milk.
Yeah, when you eat a baby, you got to make sure you put the milk in.
Yeah, you gotta. If you're gonna eat a baby, you gotta dip it in a bowl of milk, right? It's like eating Oreos.
Yeah. Cereal, tea, and babies are the only acceptable uses for milk.
They're the only things you should ever consume milk with.
I think if you put milk in your coffee, you're a psychopath.
Whenever we,
I'm not sure about that one. I do put cream in my coffee.
I didn't say cream, Luke.
Oh.
I said milk.
Whenever we,
so you're dividing them by fat.
Yes,
content.
you can put as much cream in your coffee as you want, and you're fine. The second you put milk in there, you're a psychopath.
Oh, man. I actually prefer milk over cream in my coffee, actually. Oh, dear.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh, my.
That happened. Ask about sordid. Oh, Jesus.
Ask about AOE.
Sordid affair.
What about this area of effect?
My hand was one thing to the left, so my pinky finger was on the caps lock as opposed to the A.
I feel like Swiffering would be like a conal attack and not area of effect.
Just ask about her.
Ask about Fifi.
Oh yeah. Let me do my act, Miss Bo.
Ask about Jeeves.
Easy, not the, how you say, these knees. Oh dear.
That's not how I say. I'm sorry.
Is it like proximity based when you talk to them? Like you just walked up to a few things and asked about.
It must be.
Fascinating.
Yeah. Oh,
I
no.
do not have
Interesting.
anything else to say about that. Oh dear. I'm so sorry about the accent.
No, that's fine. It's not your fault. It's the person who wrote it's fault. Ask about cleaning. That's something you can give me a treatise on, I'm sure.
Oh, really?
I don't know anything about it.
I think you're a liar.
Shut up.
Shut up!
I
I do this by intuition, not by knowledge.
The level 0 alumnus John takes milk in his coffee, and anytime I'm with John and his brother getting coffee, we always order coffee for the whole D&D group, and it's always 4 large black coffees, and 1 stupid baby coffee for stupid babies. Drew and I will say that to him every time, just because it's milk and sweetener. It's like, yeah, we'll get 4 regular coffees for like cool, strong adults, and 1 stupid baby coffee for stupid babies.
Oh, what an interesting collection of weapons, Henri asks. I wonder. Oh, Laura, you startled me.
Are you done in the playhouse now, you psychopath?
I just don't. I think like the cream imparts a different flavor to the coffee than.
I agree. A correct one.
Oh, it's too like it's almost like buttery, almost the cream. And I'm like,
I'm actually with you. That's why I drink it black.
A really good coffee, I'll have black for sure.
Yeah.
I've started to do black coffees, mostly because the cream that they sell at the grocery store that I'm nearest to has very short expiration dates. So, like, it'll be done before my week is out, and I don't drink enough coffee to, like, finish it off.
Oh, grab yourself some whipping cream or heavy cream if you.
That does last longer. Yeah.
That stuff will last you.
I have done the whipping cream in coffee, but, like, that feels a little excessive to me.
I mean, it's
I prefer the 18% over the, what is it, 30 whipping cream?
It's it's all about how much seaweed extract you want in your cream.
Yeah.
They put carrageenan in that.
Honestly.
Who doesn't?
I likewise take my coffee black, but I don't actually share Matt's opinion about. Even though every single week I give John shit about it, I don't actually feel that way at all. People can put whatever they want in their coffee. Sometimes to treat myself, I'll put like honey or condensed milk or something like that if I'm not otherwise on a diet. But usually I'll just have my coffee black.
I don't actually believe that. It's just funny because
I've tried because I know it's about cream and the sugar and the coffee, whatever. I know that's the standard type of thing, and I have tried it, and then I compared it to milk, and I just like the cleaner flavor of the milk over the cream.
Oh, hey, to each their own.
Listen, look, I will not admit this outside of this show, but that's fine.
The place where you have the loudest voice.
The one thing I don't object to it, but I am puzzled by is the coffee whitener that's just like full.
Oh God!
Like just chemical oils, like syrup, like it's just like fructose,
Yeah.
And it just whitens the coffee. Anytime I've had that, I always feel like I've drunk a melted plastic bag. Like it makes that stuff is chemically horrifying. So I don't judge people for putting it in their coffee, but I don't understand why anyone would.
Yeah, I'm not going to judge anybody for anything that they put in their coffee, unless it's like child blood.
Child blood in your coffee.
No, I wouldn't.
I don't think I would drink blood in coffee in general.
No, I don't like the irony taste.
We're talking ethically sourced within reason. Yeah. Like if you're getting rattlesnake blood in your coffee, I don't have a problem with that. But like, if you're just going down the street and killing rattlesnakes with a shovel, that's probably not good for the ecosystem.
If I'm finding rattlesnakes in like Halifax or Edmonton, like I'm killing that fucker with the shovel. So,
Actually, if you found a rattlesnake in Nova Scotia, killing it probably would be good for the ecosystem.
Yeah.
He's probably lost, scared.
Yeah, probably call animal
He's
control.
gonna die scared. Let's ask Lillian about cleaning.
I wouldn't know about that. I wouldn't know about it.
Now that I can.
I
believe
Yeah, I'm pretty
is
sure. Yeah,
probably
I know
true.
about dolls though. Do you want to know about
Yeah,
dolls?
ask her about dolls.
Yeah, tell us about dolls.
How would I know?
Well, Lillian,
We have.
How?
I mean, you were.
let me tell you,
Ask
I
about
used my-
Playhouse.
I used my fucking cake eyes just not 15 minutes ago.
You think that interests me?
I don't know.
Laura?
I'm trying to get to the bottom of that right now.
I didn't see you back then. Oh, Wilbur.
Let's tell her about the corpse we found. One of the
Oh,
many
yeah.
corpses we found.
I've already told you, Laura. There's nothing there.
Uh-huh.
You what? No,
You never
that's
told us
a different corpse. This is not the same corpse.
I think we should start murdering people.
I've tried. The game won't let me.
I know.
So what else is new?
Very little, actually. Like, you're just taking this better than I am, I suppose. Ask about weapons. Oops. Pawns.
I wouldn't know about it.
Jesus. Do you know anything?
No.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
God.
starting to get that.
Why do I care about it?
Oh my god. You want me to show you?
Get gun. Get gun. Unlock case. You don't have a key. Fashion key. I understand fashion. Pick lock.
Yeah, I don't care what you put in your
Can't
coffee.
get
I
that.
really don't. I think it's fine. You're good. You're good. If you want to drink milk in your coffee, that's fine. I do think there's a juice place out here in Nova Scotia called Booster Juice.
Mhm. Oh, yeah. I know that.
Yeah, we have it. It's all over Canada.
It's all over Canada, yeah. And I think if you go to Booster Juice for lunch, you might be a psychopath.
I don't know.
I know several people who truly love Booster Juice.
I love Booster Juice. Don't go there for
when I'm in
lunch.
the right.
You're saying it's not a lunch place.
It's more of a lunch place than a dinner place.
Oh, my God.
If you go to Booster Juice for dinner, you might be a psychopath.
I'm not necessarily against you, Matt, but I don't know when else you would go. Are you going there for breakfast? Is that what you mean? Should Booster Juice be your breakfast place?
It's a between meal smoothie place.
Okay.
I've done it in lieu of lunch before. It's like kind of lunch, I guess.
Yeah. I like Booster Juice a lot, and maybe we shouldn't go there.
Ever.
I'm sorry. What is the opposite of a sponsor?
The opposite of a sponsor. A detractor, I
That would
guess.
be someone who takes money from us for talking about them.
The opposite of sponsorship, I
that's
guess,
called-
is a lawsuit of some sort.
Yeah, a lawsuit. Yeah.
Yeah.
A plaintiff, I guess.
Booster Juice. Where psychos go. I don't know. I like Booster Juice. It's fine.
I like me some Booster Juice. I like me some blended up juices.
Sure.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Welcome to the Colonel's Bequest, everybody.
I'm sorry. I'm just wrenching us off track every time here.
Oh, God.
What was that? Oh, there's the about. Okay.
Oh,
my
that's
God, there was so much writing. Okay.
about.
Grab that crossbow off the wall
Would you
and
like to see my
shoot
crossbow?
Lillian with it.
Why don't you give me a sniff?
After you surprised Lillian at the Colonel weapons cabinet, she rests in a chair by the fireplace.
Da-da-da-da-da.
That crossbow's just hanging
I
out
will
there.
raid. Oh, yeah, I didn't see the crossbow before.
Yeah.
Open cabinet.
Stay out of there, Laura. Those weapons belong to my uncle. And me, probably.
Anyway.
Anyway.
Open cabinet
crossbow.
anyway.
The crossbow looks several hundred years old and is also old. Get crossbow.
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 Pick up the crossbow.
You wouldn't know how to use it.
Learn
The
to
pointy
use
ends.
crossbow.
Practice with crossbow. He does not understand practice.
Well, I don't know.
Identify a weapon you'll let me use. The game does not understand identify.
Scream wordlessly.
Just gonna have to bludgeon somebody with a globe. Get globe. It's too heavy to carry.
I do feel like sometimes this game makes you want to try to murder someone.
Oh, yeah.
When earlier you were asking Jeeves about AoE, it reminded me again of that topic of the AI-driven text prompt game. Where, like,
yeah.
if you ask a character about that stuff, it'll just kind of improvise a crude JRPG system with, like, spells and shit in the middle of an otherwise normal game.
Or like one thing that should happen is if you ask a character stuff like that, it should be like if you ask a character what time it is in a lucid dream, they just freak out on you. And all. Have you ever done that?
No. Oh my god. Terrifying.
Don't do that. I mean, you will now. But if you're in a lucid dream and you ask somebody what time it is or what day it is, it's bad news, guys. It's bad news. It's bad. Don't do it.
I feel like time and date are a pretty significant portion of a lot of my stress dreams. It's about a particular day having come early or a particular time.
But you just kind of know it, right? I feel
I don't know.
I've just heard that. Like, I've heard that. I've never actually tried this myself. I've never, for the record, I've just heard that if you are in a lucid dream and you ask somebody what time it is, they'll break character and be like, they'll either like freak out on you or they'll be like, you can't ask me that.
Oh my god.
I think some of those trappings of dreams are not ubiquitous. Things like being unable to read or see text or things like that, I don't think are universal because the brain is not that uniform. And I think a few of those owe their origins to like different obscure fictions and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
So I would be surprised if all people who can lucid dream would have their dream constructs react in that way to the concept of time.
Well, what I think happens is somebody hears about, like, from me and is like, they're subconsciously expecting them to freak out or have people chase them. And so they'll ask and begin vibrating with the speed force. Hey, do we want to do a Colonel's Bequestion since we're just fucking around anyway?
We can do a Colonel's Bequestion. One sec.
Man, that's great.
What Colonel Bequestion do we have? Yeah, no, absolutely.
So
it's delightful.
We're gonna do some Colonel's questions. Sorry,
Colonel's questions.
Sorry about that last week, everybody. I'd be embarrassed, except that's not an emotion I feel. I just fell asleep. Okay. 2 months ago, Lord Senile had a Colonel's Bequestion for us. Have you noticed the mystery foot in the dining room?
Oh,
There's
what?
a mystery foot in the dining room?
Yeah.
Now I have to go take a look. 2 months late. 2.5, I guess, at this point.
And then you want our best/worst theories about it.
All right.
Also, there's a gameplay hint. If there's an object on screen you can't figure out what it is, you can right-click with the mouse cursor. It's kind of a hidden feature, but we knew that. I think we knew that.
Yeah. We've been using it every once in a while. Oh,
Oh, shoot.
Oh, shit.
it's Rudy. I'm assuming you mean this here.
Rudy!
Oh, that's so creepy. It looks like he's got an extra long leg.
That
Like a
is
woman's shoe.
weird.
That's theory number 1. Long-legged Rudy.
Okay.
His leg is so long that even when he's in other rooms, it's here.
Rudy is enjoying a cup of coffee and a piece of
Does
pie.
he have cream in that coffee?
Oh, he is a psychopath.
Coffee.
My theory is that foot is cousin that.
Because of that.
Rudy is enjoying a cup of coffee and a piece of pie. Rudy!
Cousin that is much slower than cousin it because he has to inchworm around using only the sort of flapping motion of the big toe, just making little toe fists and scrunching along.
Take pie, eat pie. Oh, I want the pie.
Get pie.
You're not very hungry right now. I disagree.
Come on.
Get coffee. You're not fond of coffee?
If you were sitting at a table enjoying a slice of just a coconut cream pie, let's say, right? You got your coffee, you've got your pie, and someone came over and just with their hand scooped up the pie. So it's just a loose crumbling mass in their hand and just ate it. Just shoved it into their face, just all over their face. Would you be more angry or impressed?
Equally. Punch cake like that. That's perfect.
I think I'd be nonplussed because nothing in my life has prepared me for that moment.
I'm always prepared for that. But I'll be like astounded when it happens. I'll be so happy.
I was visiting my in-laws once, and my partner and I went to get some air, and she just reached out and scooped the remaining 1/3 of a homemade apple pie from the pie tin and just walked out with it. And it didn't fall apart in her hand. It was held together just by sort of like the sheer charisma of having done that, of having taken the entire rest of the pie for herself. And we just went for a drive and she just sat eating the pie as if it were a sandwich. This 1/3 of an apple. An apple pie is such a loose construct. Just a crumbling collaboration of elements. Just eating it as if it were a sandwich or a hamburger. Just like...
What do I care about it, you fool? I wouldn't know about it. I could care less what happens to that old charlatan. Unfortunately, he's probably just asleep.
Okay, so the foot.
The foot. There's the foot.
Yeah. Well, so not only is there a foot here, I feel like there's also a leg here.
Okay.
Or maybe an arm.
So I know what this is. I know what this is supposed to be. But I like that it's a foot.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be the leg of the table. Everybody knows that.
That is a good point.
Everybody knows that. But it does look like a foot. So my theory, you know, my Alex theory is that it's the leg of the table. It's not that interesting. But
why is it in the middle? Like not the middle, but the first third of that side of the table.
Well,
so it's
got two big legs,
probably
with four protrusions.
That's so not fun.
No, I know as a yeah, and that's what it is. But however,
I resent that you call the most boring possible theory the Alex theory, because I theorized that it was cousin that.
I know
that it was a sentient severed
foot. I know you
foot.
did, and I feel bad about it. Well, yeah. But sometimes that's how I feel when I have a really like out there crazy fun theory, and you're like, no, it's just people being stupid. I'm like, no, of course it's just people being stupid, but that's not fun. So
Matt has this experience anytime we're talking about ghosts or aliens.
It's true. Anytime. And I just, it's, you're right. You're always right. It's just, it's just not.
I really like ghosts and aliens.
I know.
In theory. I think the world would be a richer place for their presence.
And you're open to the idea.
I think the world is a richer place for their legends.
That's just a table leg. And I know it's sucks that it's a table leg.
You're not wrong. Like, it's one of those things, I was wounded, but it is apt. It's like that time Krista said I look like a Mythbuster. It really hurt me in a deep part of my soul, because in that moment I knew it was true. The sort of family-friendly Discovery Channel nerd chic but accessible. Yeah, it's absolutely what I looked like in that moment.
That was one of the meanest things I've ever heard.
It's one of the meanest things anyone has ever said to anyone, I think. She didn't say hello. She just looked up. I hadn't seen her in months. She just looked up and said, "You look like a Mythbuster." She didn't say, "Hello, Alex, good to see you." No intro. Just raise head, eye contact, point a finger. You look like a Mythbuster.
Well, I apologize. I didn't mean for my Alex theory thing to be that painful.
I mean, nothing will top "You look like a Mythbuster," but it was up there.
No. If it was a foot, it would be cool. Like, and I'm going to tell you this little fun story. I went to, and I think I might have told this on the show before anyway. I was on Facebook the other day, and I kept getting ads on Amazon to buy silicone feet.
Whoa.
Silicone women's feet. Yeah. No, wow. I was just as confused. And I went back in my head and I'm like, did I talk about anything that might indicate that I'm into this? Did I look up anything that might indicate that I'm into this? And I couldn't think of anything. I'm not a foot guy. And here we are. I'm getting all these ads for these silicone feet. I probably am now because my phone's within.
Okay, I've got a few questions.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, what are these solid silicone feet? Are you supposed to wear them on top of your already having feet?
Great question.
No, they are solid. They are solid. You're not supposed to wear them.
I don't think it would work wearing them because, like, the idea is these are silicone woman's feet.
Yeah. Then
they would presumably be a shade smaller than yours if you're a man.
They could have painted toenails or something. You never know.
So I went on Amazon.
These are an intimate aid.
Yes. These.
Okay.
I gather how one would use those, I suppose.
Yes. High quality and very realistic. They're made of the proportion of a 21-year-old female model's feet in life size.
As if that's uniform. As if that's a uniform amount. Like,
well, unless it's a specific.
It's probably a specific one.
Model's foot.
The lines are clearly visible and very real. Using the platinum silica gel environmental protection material with realistic human-like skin texture and touch. Ruddy skin, clearly skin texture, perfectly reproduces the skin texture of a real model.
Okay, we have another question.
I like Julia's version where you wear them over your own feet, because that would work. Like if your obsession was with giant ladies.
Just want to be
it's very like smooth and like that silicone thing, and you don't really like it. You don't feel the touch of your own hand because it's under like the silicone, but it's so much bigger than your own foot because it's this silicone shell.
Clown shoes.
Yeah, sorry. It's a weird image, and I like it.
I mean, I think you could probably hollow all these out and wear them.
That's my question. Are these just solid silicone? Like, is there some kind of skeletal thing underneath that, or is it just like a lump of silicone that's shaped like a foot? Because does that? Okay, hold up. Is it really floppy?
I imagine that there is some sort of bone inside, yes.
I think it would be firm but pliable. Actually, I imagine if it was solid silicone, it would probably, unless you applied a lot of force, be convincingly sort of like...
Yeah.
The silicone is durable, but the outside layer of it would be yielding.
So, yeah, and it absolutely looks like that based on what I'm seeing from the pictures and the videos in the Amazon.
Videos, indeed. Okay, now I've got another question about this. So how far up the shin does it go? Does it just stop at the ankle?
It stops just above the... It stops like where a sock would stop, your average sock.
Like an ankle sock?
Yeah, like an ankle sock. Yeah. So it would. It's just above the ankle. Yeah. And I'll tell you, I didn't know these things existed before I started getting ads for them. And
if it was a solid silicone leg that went right up to the knee,
existed, but I suspected that they existed.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It was one of those things. I wasn't surprised to find that out.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
I was so shocked that I got it though, that I was like, okay, well, I need to look now. What do you, let's see. And yeah, no, that's exactly what it's exactly for what you think it is.
If the silicone foot went all the way up to the knee, it would basically be a lady drumstick.
Yeah.
but also a solid silicone model of the entire like hind limb, basically to the knee of a person, would be an immensely satisfying thing to hit somebody with. To like grip it by the ankle and swing it like a caveman club. It would just wrap around their head but it would still have enough density to just lay them out flat.
Oh my God. So if you get a more expensive one, you can I'm just looking this up now. If you get a more expensive one, you can separate the toes because there's wires in the toes.
That's so cool.
So you can pose
I assumed actually that the thing would be pointless if you couldn't separate the toes. Surely that would be part of it.
You can, but they don't have, some of the cheaper ones don't have anything in there. So you just have to, I don't know, jam your pencil, your whatever you have, your I don't know.
Whatever member you're trying to titillate.
Your finger, whatever you want, in between the toes, and they'll just like stay. But these ones, they'll oh my God, they'll honestly spread.
Insinuate your probe of choice between the digits of the silicone toe. Yes, we understand.
They will ship to you confidentially, and look, listen, like for the record, I'm not kink shaming here. You know, I'm really not. I'm just not that. I'm not into that. But
get yourself a whole shelf full of silicone feet. You know, do it.
I just want to, like, I'm not making fun of anybody who's like, you know, if anybody's sitting there going, well, yeah, I got silicone feet. I'm just, it's not, that's fine. I just was surprised that I had to find out about it through Facebook.
It's an odd thing for Facebook to pitch to you.
Yes. Yeah, right? It was like, you must be into this.
I did once think that Facebook was... I did once think that Facebook was sending me sex toys, but it was fishing lures. There's a fine line between the two.
No, it was straight up sending me sex toys. And like fetish sex toys. Like it was like... It wasn't, it was like, okay, but like I've done nothing to indicate I'm into this.
Well, onions on your feet, maybe that's,
No, this happened before that.
Foot onions.
Oh.
Yeah, I wish I could say that I could connect it back, but this happened about, a year ago, 2 years ago.
Now, I've got another question about the foot. So are their toenails painted?
For the more expensive ones, you can absolutely get the toenails painted.
So are they come painted or do you paint them yourself? Can you just use regular... I can't imagine you can use regular nail varnish on silicone, though. Well, they have actual nails on them. Like, not real, like, toenails, but, like, from a different plastic.
You can get different colored nails, you can get different colored stockings, and different colored skin.
Okay. I'm just wondering if the nails are like plushy, or do they have or do they have like a nail texture to them?
I think they're harder. Yeah, they're definitely harder.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
that makes so much sense that they would have stockings to put them in.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you. They look really like realistic. Whoever built these, I'm super impressed.
Was obviously a connoisseur.
Well, I'm sure it's like even if you're not particularly into that, I'm sure it'd be a very pleasing object.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
Right? Very impressive. It might be a little, the whole, like, if it's very realistic, it might look like a severed foot, which might be a little disturbing.
And
but
it does.
A very realistic rendering of something is always fun to see.
It does look like a severed foot, but it's fine. But it's also like you can move them, like they and pose them in realistic ways. It's weird. Yeah. Anyway, that's what I think. That's what I think.
I'm going to get this question for Glory from.
That was my theory. But what's under the table?
Oh right. Oh okay. Gotcha.
Oh, one of those. Love it.
Yeah.
Bringing it all back.
I'm gonna get a bunch of those silicone feet and put them in place of all the legs of my furniture, so they all look like the luggage from Terry Pratchett.
They're like $150 for a pair.
That was my next question. Do you get a pair, and how much do they cost?
Okay, so
I want to get them motorized too, so that it just runs around on tiny little
weird
feet.
That I think $75 is probably pretty inexpensive when you think about what that is and what it's for.
I don't think silicone's cheap.
So they're all around $100.
Yeah. Like $100 seems like a good deal.
Is there like a Black Friday sale going
for that?
Do you think?
there are some on sale right now. There's one that's on sale from $137, nice. And these ones are nice. They're good. They bend in interesting ways.
So that's another question I have. So what's the difference in price between the articulated ones with the wire toes and the non-articulated ones?
Okay, so like these ones here that I'm looking at are $92, and they look realistic, but you can't really bend them in realistic ways. You could put them in shoes and socks, and you can hold them and stuff, and they have different colored nails. But this $149 one, this is the Cadillac right here. This is the premium baby right here. This has like, there's red on the heels. The wrinkles look like dead on. You can splay the toes using wires inside. It's the deluxe version. It like if you cover the top of the ankles and told me those were real feet, I'd be like, yeah, of course they are.
That's amazing.
Why are you showing me this? But
when I was a child, I had a toy. It was a silicone or perhaps rubber Pink Panther as the cartoon. And he had like a solid like rubber body and long limbs that had wire in them to make them posable.
Yes.
And I remember playing with this toy, and I would put him in different poses until one day, because I would always put his elbows like at the elbow. And then one day the wire snapped at that point and just became loose and rubbery. Mm-hmm. And that moment was so profoundly horrible that I archived it until this moment. It was just, it happened and then just white. I just sealed it away. I must have thrown it out or something because I have no memory of how that went or what happened to it after that until you were talking about the wire armature of the toys. And it recalled me to that horrible moment. That moment of sensory horror as the wire armature of the Pink Panther just snapped.
I'm not gonna.
Congratulations to the writer of this Colonel's Bequestion for the stick of dynamite with the 2-month fuse.
This is Lord Senile, by the way, who asked this 2 months ago.
Congratulations, Lord Senile.
2 months ago. And here's the thing. I just wanted to come up with a good theory that wasn't, because I feel like I needed to make up for the fact that I said it was the table leg, and it is.
Silicone sex foot. My Alex theory for what it was is, I actually thought it was a sprite layering issue. Like there was someone sitting there and then the sprite wasn't fully unloaded or something like that. I thought there was an obscure technical reason why it was there. I didn't consider that it was a real part of the actual background.
Oh yeah, no, those I see what they were trying to do, but it was like, yeah, it was. I understand the foot. Anyway, maybe you're talking about another mystery foot in the dining room, but, I don't think so. I think that's what you mean. But if I'm wrong, let me know. And then we had this whole discussion for nothing.
It wasn't for nothing. It was a therapeutic regression to that moment where I broke my Pink Panther toy, and I guess just chose not to store any of that in memory because it was too painful.
Okay, we have so many from 2 months ago, guys. I'm so sorry. Okay, Joseph Davies, do you think the characters in this game being predominantly based on famous people personas of the era contributes at all to the mental model of them?
I honestly don't think so, because I feel like the people that they're talking about, I don't actually have any direct connection with seeing, any. I don't remember Clarence Darrow, and I don't remember Clara Bow, and I don't remember, Wilbur W.C. Fields and anything like that. So no, not for me anyway.
Yeah, same.
Oh,
yeah, I think I'd concur.
And Luke, by the way, so I know that, when we just saw Clarence in the bar, I think you can listen to him talk to Polly.
Right, yeah. I was hoping that I could get a little sneak peek of Lillian through here, which is why I loaded back a couple of saves.
No, Matt, you know what you have to do next after you found out about the feet. Now you know all about them.
Yeah.
You're going to have to look for like, hands and stuff. Like, how, are there
Oh, listen,
hands?
There's related.
The thing is, yeah, I mean, I'm sure that there are, but...
fundamentally, you can get the whole lady.
No, that's true. That's true. Like, you don't really need to buy them piecemeal.
There's no upward limit.
I'm just saying, if I scroll down to related searches...
Oh, Laura, you startled me.
Right,
there's all...
here.
The hand would actually be really cool for, like, artists and stuff, especially if it's articulated. That'd be a really good reference.
Yeah. It's mostly... chests and heads. Yeah. You sound so disappointed.
Well, it's to be expected and everything, but the foot is kind of cool because if it moves and poses and stuff, I mean, I can see a use for that beyond the obvious.
Let me look up silicone.
I would certainly want a mechanical armature that was not wire.
Aww.
Because of that Pink Panther memory.
Yeah, there's
ooh, oh my goodness.
Oh.
Someone dropped an old cigar butt on the floor.
Uh-oh.
Get butt. You bend over and pick up the small cigar butt.
Eat butt.
Look, butt.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome. I don't know if I've ever seen that
butt
before.
with monocle. Examine it with the monocle, but don't see anything interesting.
Taste it.
Eat butt.
Smell?
That wouldn't taste
Smell
good.
butt.
Smell butt.
Okay.
You notice a faint aroma of perfume.
Oh my god.
Perfume.
I never has the smell butt. It's such a useful...
In Laura's opinion, it smells like perfume, but nobody else's.
Laura's just a dog.
So there are silicone hands.
All right, down this way.
Cool.
And they are for that purpose, but most silicone hands you get are practiced for nails. Doing nails.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Makes
there
some
you
kind
go.
of sense,
For
yeah.
manicures and
Yeah.
stuff, yeah.
My ex was a nail tech and had some of those kicking around. They were not realistic.
Yeah, no.
They were disturbingly unrealistic.
Watch Rudy eating pie and drinking coffee through the hole.
I love pie.
You see Rudy having dessert and coffee in the dining room. Look,
Certainly do.
hole. Jesus, I advanced time twice in so many seconds. It's only Clarence sitting alone at the bar.
Oh, so he's not talking to Paul. Maybe not. Maybe only Ethel does that.
Quite possibly.
Like that rapport.
Yeah, so there's your answer, Joseph. There's just no, not really, not for us. Fun for Algernon. Colonel C question: do Bedford locals still visit the Anchor from the Mont Blanc often, or is it an unpopular local diversion? The Halifax explosion was one of the more memorable heritage moments, right up there with I Smell Burnt Toast, and the medium is the message. And Adam from You Can't Do That on Television drawing a picture of Superman.
I don't remember that one, actually. I remember everything else.
Fly? No, but he could leap over tall buildings.
Clarence looks forlorn as he sits alone at the bar having a drink.
Oh,
Is that the like origin of the like creator of Superman? That's the one with the train thing? Yeah.
That's the one.
So we've all seen it. We all know it.
If you are not from Canada, Canada had these Canadian heritage moments that they would play on TV. They were just like 1-2 minute long snippets of just like sometimes 30 seconds of just like
they played during your ad break.
Yeah, they played during the ad breaks, and they would just be like little heritage moments. And there was like a Halifax explosion one with Vince Coleman trying to stop a train so it didn't get blown up. And
come on, acknowledge.
And he did. He stopped the train and then he died. And you know, I Smell Burnt Toast with some.
Dr.
There was a
Wilder
brain
Penfield
surgery.
drew a map of the human brain.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Come on, acknowledge, like, was one of the most frequent references. Like, a summer camp I worked at had a drinking fountain that had a little plaque. It was the Vince Coleman Memorial Fountain, just from the heritage moment.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
And you both know I can't read a word. And then the fist. There's also so many lines. If you're Canadian,
there were other television segments. I don't know if they were exclusively Canadian, but my partner and I were sharing the fever dream. That is, don't you put it in your mouth?
Yes.
With a young relative.
No, it might be good to eat.
We had a young relative over who's like 16 and had never encountered that before, and we were just like, well, back in the day, children were just like chickens. They just ran around breaking their limbs and climbing trees and shit like that and shoving things into their mouths. And it was important for the television to teach you not to do that because no adult would.
Yeah, it was based. Yeah, it's like don't. Yeah. It was very like anti-drugs. Don't just it was great. This comes from the same era where like just like 5 years before, they would have like it's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your children are? When they had to remind parents to be parents.
Don't you put it in your mouth and drugs. Yep.
Classics.
Which are good, which are bad.
Yep. So we have a bunch of Canadiana here. Anyway, to answer your question, Fun for Algernon, nobody goes to the goddamn Anchor. I don't know what to tell you. I don't. I think I didn't even know it was from the Mont Blanc, and I did know because I read it and then I forgot. It blew up, and I don't know what's going on. Anyway,
I think I remember visiting that.
It's there.
I think I was just strolling there and chanced upon it.
Yeah, you chance upon it, and you're like, oh yeah, it's an Anchor. It's cool. Good story.
The Halifax explosion. Good Wikipedia read.
Yeah,
it's fascinating. Like I think it still remains the largest accidental non-nuclear man-made explosion.
Yeah.
There's a lot of qualifiers, but that's still a hell of a blast for the time.
Yeah.
Speaking of our friend Fun for Algernon, he reached out via email. We've been going back and forth one or two. I actually just got another email right now. Well, it came earlier in the day, but I just found it right now while we were talking. He is in the process of identifying all of our moments of breaking out into song.
Oh, Jesus.
In the Police Quest series.
Oh, my God.
He suggested, and I'm going to take him up on the suggestion, that we do it by series because he's only partway through Police Quest 2 as of the sort of previous email, and he said there were already 90 instances that weren't just like random short pieces.
Here's the thing, and this is not a commentary about anything or anybody, but I sort of stopped doing it as we went on. Like, as we got closer and as more people got added, I was like, sometimes I would just break into song to break the silence when it was just you and me, and then we added.
Well, Police Quest is you, me, and Alex, or you, me, and
then we added Andrew, and I was still doing it because Andrew's pretty quiet most of the time. Mm-hmm. And then we got Alex in here, and then we got Lou.
And I'm just a huge killjoy.
Oh no, you fill the time better than song.
Oh my God,
what
that's
it
so
is.
beautiful.
You know, and well, that's really what it was. And then like we got Lewis, and then it just kind of stopped after that, and so I'm not used to it anymore. So as you move on, you'll actually see less and less of that, but. Yeah, back in the old days, we would just go, we just do it. Songs all the time. But anyway.
I think the only instance where I sang on level 0 was I briefly sang the words to the Fish and Hole, known also as the Andy Griffith theme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tripped over my words pretty badly with it. An old lisp from childhood reared its head. So I had trouble getting through one of the lines I remember. I don't remember which one.
Wow. Yeah. I'm not saying like we don't do it still, but it's the frequency is way down. Yeah.
It's true. Well, we have so one thing that I have noticed, and I'm rewatching, I on a lark started rewatching Police Quest 4. And as a matter of fact, identified in watching Police Quest 4 the origin of Stick and Stay. Which was just kind of a random thing, where we were just doing our usual sign off and, smash the bell and all that stuff. And then, Matt just said, stick, I think planning to go around, and said, no, just stick and stay. And and it was the old Stick and Stay,
yeah,
at that moment. And it stuck and stayed with us.
It certainly did.
Yeah, there was also, incidentally, another instance of Who's the Boss in Police Quest 4 as well, in open season. But yeah, if you want to see the first instance of Stick and Stay on level 0 NPCs, it's in Police Quest open season. It's the episode the Bitty Kitty, the episode that we mostly spend our time talking to one of the employees at a strip joint. So go and check it out.
My favorite line from the Police Quest 4 was "Rude boys get bail."
Oh,
absolutely. That was pure Andrew genius.
Andrew may have been something of an influence that led to some of that singing as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
It was so good. Rude boys get bail.
Rude boys.
They get bail.
They get bail. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my God. So classic. All right.
Go watch Police Quest open season, our full playthrough.
Yeah. Right now. Stop what you're doing.
Stop watching this.
Honestly, we are probably out of time for this episode anyway.
Oh my God, we've been doing an hour already?
Yeah, we're about an hour.
We're not even halfway done the questions.
What's great is that we've made not a lot of progress on the game and not a lot of progress emptying the mailbag.
That's true.
Yeah.
I've been attempting to do some things, but I also I'm too polite to interrupt people to do more video game, even though that is the premise of the show.
No, I know it's hard. Sometimes it's hard, right? I don't know.
I was going to ask what the opposite of flawless victory is, but then I realized it's unequivocal defeat.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much. Or profoundly flawed defeat.
All right, I'm going to address
complicated defeat.
Speaking of complicated defeat, I'm gonna request I'm gonna address the Leisure Suit Larry thing when we come back, because it's I get it, guys. I get it. We'll talk about Leisure Suit Larry in a minute, but I just.
I thought you were going to say, speaking of complicated defeat, going back to the silicone feet.
Complicated defeat, silicone feet. Yeah, no, that's it's weird.
I think it's really cool that there is that high quality product out there for people who want it.
Well, the weird, I don't think it's weird that they exist. I think it's weird that I kind of want to see them in person now.
Yeah, of course.
You've seen the photo. You want to manipulate the actual object and experience what that feels like. I get it.
I do. I want to see what it's like, and then maybe pass them on to somebody who could use them. But I don't think that's going to happen. Anyway,
to appreciate the craftsmanship alone,
I do.
You have a side business where you make stuff. You're
true.
A maker of things.
That's true,
right? How could you not appreciate something like that?
That $150 pair looks really compelling.
I do find it's interesting that they come as a pair and not just as a one. But
yeah,
maybe I'm just missing something here.
You can buy one.
Oh, okay.
They're usually male feet. The male feet come as one.
That's interesting.
I know. I looked into this.
Do you get like kind of like a discount if you buy the two versus the one, or is it just like, they just double the price?
No, they're both they don't actually have. There's like a left foot and it's just left feet.
Okay, so that was my other question. I have so many questions about this. Like, when you buy the set, obviously you're getting a left and a right foot, but when you're just buying a one foot, it's only the left one. You don't get to pick.
You don't get to pick because they only made one. And
it must be an interesting thing.
Set you need to buy two.
It must be an interesting thing choosing the handedness of your foot.
Well, yeah.
You're only buying one. It's like, I want a nice one. Can't afford a nice pair. Getting 1 foot. What side foot do I get?
Yeah, but you're telling me that they only give you a left one if you buy a single.
Yeah.
Oh well, decisions made then.
Yeah.
And it's usually male feet. I gotta find one that silicone rubber male right foot model for shoes, socks, short stocking, ankle chain display. $17.99.
Like $1,799 or $17.99.
$17.99.
Seems like they put a lot of qualifiers in that one, in that description.
These $150 ones though, they're something else. You ain't gonna get them until January though. I'll tell you that much, guys. There's no Prime delivery on these.
Oh.
If you need to give somebody who will appreciate one a very special Christmas gift, you've probably missed the boat.
Maybe too late.
Yeah, I mean there are ones on Prime, but they're just not as nice. I think if you do a little digging, maybe you could find one. But the fact that I'm looking for silicone feet on my Amazon account right now is really going to come back to bite me.
You're not getting those ads ever again.
Well, it's weird. It started a chain reaction. Anyway.
Well, in a way that they were right that you were interested in them. In fact,
I am, just not in the way they wanted me to be.
Well, they're not that nuanced about it.
They don't care how you use them after you buy them.
That's true. Maybe that's true.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I mean, yeah.
Bludgeoning someone
you can
with
make something that is a sex aid by general usage, but who cares what they use it for once the company has made a sale? I mean, maybe there's some engineer out there who would be offended that you wouldn't use it to, give yourself a cold foot job, but
Silicone will warm
it's up to you.
Cold foot job was my high school band name.
Cold foot job.
the silicone leg to the knee, the silicone drumstick would be a great murder weapon on an episode of CSI. Someone gets bludgeoned to death with one of those, and they just can't figure it out. Like his skull is smashed, but the bruising is all weird. And they're just looking around the house like, what could it be? And just like they're looking at these silicone body parts and like the sex toy cabinet, and just one is a full like silicone leg, and like their eyes go wide, like that's it. Crack the case.
That's another question I have about it. Are those dishwasher safe and stuff like that? Do they say?
Some of them are. I'm watching a video of one right now. A demonstration.
I can hear the music.
Yeah, that's the music. Oh, wait, I should turn off the music so we don't get copyright strikes. For the one pair silicone life-size female.
It was weird and tinny and hard to hear.
Okay,
honestly,
all right. Well, I muted it anyway. Oh, those are nice nails. Fine. Yeah. No, this one is not quite as nice up close, but it's not bad. It's not bad. It's not bad. Oh, never mind. From the bottom, they look pretty. Anyway,
it's hard to pick homework for this episode. I'd like to know what our PC's taking their. I'd like to know what our PC's taking their coffee.
Yeah.
I guess for starters.
Yeah, that's pretty safe.
Maybe we'll just leave it at that. Like, I guess the follow-up would be like, which silicone body part would you buy?
Yeah, we'll address the Leisure Suit Larry in the room, and we'll also, we'll talk about our local content too.
Yeah, that's true. We have we gave some homework last week to get people to tell us if they could identify their local content from us, and so we need to talk about that. So stick and stay, everybody.
Yeah, we'll see you in a few minutes or a few hours.
Yeah,
no more than that.
If you're lucky, that was all of the rubber foot talk.
I'm gonna go get some cake.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Stick and stay.
Stick and stay.